Welcome to the NEthing Podcast,
The podcast for anyone and everyone.
about anything and everything. My name's Logan, this is Nathan, and let's get started.
Yes, sir.
All right, so today we actually have a little bit of community interaction, which is sweet. So we got some questions from you guys that we'll be talking about probably a little later on here. But that's really cool. We'll have, if you want to submit a question or a joke or anything like that, either message us on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, wherever you want to. And yeah, so today was kind of just thrown together real quick. It's pretty late out. We both got done with doing stuff today, and we just decided, you know what, let's record an episode because the first one happened to go over pretty well with everyone who watched it. So,
Yep.
Anything in particular we want to talk about besides some of the stuff we found? Oh, this is the last video. Hopefully that it will be recorded without our brand new microphones that are coming tomorrow. So hopefully here soon we will have some slightly better sounding audio.
Yeah.
For the podcast. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. And and this podcast will be it's mainly just focused on questions that'll make you think and make you laugh, I guess. We will be talking about other stuff as usual, about maybe some like outdoor stuff or something, but we really just wanted to make this podcast kind of funny. It's getting kind of late, so it'll be a little bit more laid back and chill.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, should be fun. Okay, let's actually get into it now.
Yeah.
So, this, I believe, will be episode number 2. We have another episode already recorded and edited. We have a special guest in that episode, so keep your eye out for that. That'll be the next weekend after this one is up. We're hoping to live stream some of our podcasts in the future on YouTube. We actually planned for this one to be, but because of YouTube and how it works, they had to do a bunch of stuff in the background to get it ready for live streaming the channel, so we were not able to do it tonight. But not that big of a deal. So I guess let's start off with one of those questions you found, not from the people, but just one of the other ones you found.
All right, so first we're going to start off with the questions that we just found online, and then that'll just give some people more time to ask us questions from our stories, from our Snapchat stories. So do we have our Snapchat actually like plugged in to these podcasts, like the first
No, because I'd rather, if there's anyone outside of our area here, I don't really want to get, eventually when there's more people, I don't want them to be able to go back and be like, there's their Snapchat and start adding us and stuff.
Yeah.
So because of that, we have our Instagram and our Twitter,
Yeah.
and that's the spots. If you're not from around here and don't know us personally, you can contact us through those instead.
Yeah. For this episode, we just asked our Snapchat stories just because it was kind of last minute. But from now on, we will be asking our Instagram and Twitter for maybe a day before, just for some funny questions to ask. And if it's something we find really funny, we might even shout you out. So
yeah,
that's just something to look forward to for you guys. But yeah, we'll jump into this first question that I found online. It says, what is the most boring sport? What do you think, Logan?
Well, it depends on what people call a sport, but I'm going to call this one a sport because it's kind of widely accepted as one, and that'd be chess. Chess to watch is very boring unless it's a really fast-paced game, which there's have you ever heard of chess boxing?
No.
It's 5 minutes of chess, and then you stand up and you box for 5 minutes, and then you sit down and play chess, and the only way to end that cycle is to either get knocked out in boxing
Or beat the person in chess.
or beat the person in chess. That's how it ends, and it's just 5 minute cycles. So unless you're watching that kind of chess, most of it's a little boring, I would have to say.
All right.
That one's pretty cool, I think.
I don't know what you watch in your free time. But...
Well, I don't actually really watch it, but I just thought that was really sweet, and I'm like, might have to check that out.
You are one weird dude. Honestly, I'd probably have to go with the most boring sport like to watch, I would say like I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but probably baseball and soccer. Especially like on TV, I'm not gonna just sit there going.
You.
Just looking back and forth watching soccer, and soccer games are like how long?
I don't know, but
They're
they
like
take
like
a while.
half a day.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like playing soccer,
Very
totally
fun.
fun. I really like it.
Playing baseball, also pretty fun.
Yeah, I'd say baseball is pretty fun, but watching it, especially like
Same with like golf. Watching golf, I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge golf fan. I play golf all the time, and playing golf really fun, especially if you have like a group of friends or something.
Yeah.
But watching it is like just as bad as watching paint dry. Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
yeah. Yeah, I'd rather watch like ping pong matches.
Okay. I got a question actually from someone, and because it's kind of a dumb one, you know who you are. How would you catch a polar bear? This is their attempt at getting shouted out.
The second one?
The second one. Yeah, their second question.
How do you catch a polar bear?
How do you catch a polar bear? Which actually this kind of is funny, but also it's like, huh.
I don't know. I'd probably just like walk to the North Pole and tackle one of them. Honestly.
All right, I would say that I'd like. I was gonna say like make a pitfall trap, but what am I gonna cover it with?
Snow.
Snow's not gonna just stay
When
over
you gonna
top.
dig? You're gonna
Just
dig
dig
into the ice.
ice. I'll just like wait for it to go in a. Well, no, they're mainly on like icebergs. They don't have caves. I don't think. I don't know. Yeah, tackle it. Let's go and
Yeah.
tackle it. That's a
I'd
good
say
one.
I'd play it in a match of chess boxing.
That's a good. That's a good idea. Yeah.
I don't know if I could outsmart it in the chess, but I don't know. Fist fight with a polar bear, I think I could win.
We talked about this one before.
I don't think so. If we did, it was the first
It was
episode.
the first
that got-
episode,
yeah.
probably.
All right.
Okay. So, if you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
I'd probably rob banks. Honestly. Like, what else?
Well-
like, robbing banks or just, like, stores when they're about to give someone their money, just yank. They open up the cash register, yank.
Which I kind of get, but also you're just invisible for that one day. So that money's going to end up somewhere. And when people start to notice after this one day of you being invisible that, how do you get all this money? And they start connecting the dots, it'll end up back at you, I feel.
I'd probably have to drive to, like, a city.
That's true. If you could get somewhere like hop on a plane, because you don't need a ticket for a plane, you just hop on.
That is true.
And then fly somewhere away from where you are.
Yeah, like a 2 or 3 hour flight.
Yeah, and then rob that. And I don't know, like
And you could just
if
pickpocket
everything
literally
you're
everyone.
like grabbing becomes invisible also, that would make it a lot easier to like
Oh,
steal
yeah,
in this
true, 'cause then
scenario.
you see the money.
Because if not, the money would just be you just have like a bag thrown over your shoulder full of money just floating down the street would be a little suspicious, but if whatever you're touching is invisible also, like your clothes and everything, then, I feel like you could probably get away with it. But
I'd probably just like mess with people all day though.
yeah,
I think that'd be so funny.
that's what I was going to say. I would just go around just like pretending I'm a ghost in people's houses, just like no, not like that, just like while they're like cooking a meal, just like spaghetti just like dropped in their pot when they're like cooking something, or just a cupboard just goes bam and they're like, what the heck? So that's probably what I would do.
Would you rather have to shave your head or have your nose pierced? Like, I'd have to say the nose piercing would stay in for like a month.
Shave my head.
You'd rather shave
I'm
your
going
head?
bald, and I even have like a bump in the top of my head. It's like there's a little dip, like where my headphones just like set
get a
perfect.
canyon.
Yeah, it's not good. Honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of nose piercings or just really piercings
yeah.
in general. So, I'll go bald for a month or however long it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't want a nose piercing, but I mean, if it's one that doesn't like show
Afterwards,
very much, like come out of my nose very much, I would probably have to go with nose piercing, just because I'm not trying to shave my head.
yeah, you got great hair. My hair isn't that long; it could grow back pretty quickly. So
the month that you'd have the nose piercing, I think you could get back to what your hair is.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So.
All right.
Or at least to like where my hair is after I get a haircut type thing.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Would you rather have a hook for a hand or a peg for a leg?
I feel like we did this one before.
I feel like we might have, but I think it was in the episode that got destroyed.
Either that or it was with Jack. Oh, spoiler, that's our special guest.
We'll skip this one.
Yeah.
We'll go to the... Would you rather be smacked in the face with a fish or farted on?
Oh, neither of those sound like great at all. They don't sound appetizing, bro. I'd probably have to say a fish and just hope it's a bluegill and not like a pike. Because if it's a pike, bro, the slime that stinks and would be stuck on you for like ages.
Yeah, I don't care what fish. I'd probably just have to go with fish. I'm not trying to get farted on.
Yeah, because some people's farts linger for a long time and stuff too, so... Ooh, wait, I feel like... Did we ask this one also?
I don't think so.
I think we had a question similar to it, but... Do you consider eyebrows as facial hair?
I don't know. Like, there's two different, things. Like, you could look it up, and I'm sure it'd be like, yeah, it's facial hair.
Or, no,
but if
it's
someone
not.
walked up to me and was like, yo, I'm growing out my facial hair, I wouldn't instantly think, like, oh my gosh, you're growing out your eyebrows.
See, I'm going to have to say no, because facial hair, we think of it being like a beard or a mustache, and that's not something you're born with.
I'm thinking,
Where eyebrows are something that's with you from, month after you are born, they start to grow eyebrows and hair.
I'm thinking just below I'd say the eyes and down to your chin. That's your face. I wouldn't say that this is my face.
I'd say
that's my forehead.
Your forehead, yeah, so that's not really face.
I'd say the eyebrows are kind of more on the forehead than the face.
No, I would agree with that.
Because if I pinched you right in the eyelid, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you pinched my face. I don't think you would.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Let's try it.
No. Nah, I'd say you pinch my eye. I don't know. Okay. If someone calls an ambulance to save someone's life, and that ambulance on its way hits someone, should the ambulance help the person they just hit and injured? Or should they continue to the person that they were called to and say they're both fatally wounded in this scenario? Like, they're fatally wounded by the car or by the ambulance, and the person they're being called to save is also fatally wounded.
I think I have a good answer for this. I think after they hit them, be like, the ambulance calls the hospital, 911 or whatever. They call 911. They're like, yo, we just hit someone. You guys need to get to this spot immediately. They go to the person that they hit, and the first ambulance, if it can still drive, goes to the first spot. So that way, it's the same amount of time for each, and one's not getting treated better than the other.
I would think legally, they would.
I think legally it would have to be
I feel like they would probably have to go with the person they hit,
because it's just
because
immediate.
they are the one that caused the damage to that person. Like, if you hit someone with your car, you are liable for that. So if boom, boom, boom.
If you hit someone with your car.
So if they hit someone, you'd think they would be liable to then take him back to the hospital.
Yeah. I'm not sure. That's a tough
I don't
one.
know, that's just a hard question.
Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year of your life?
So the lose a year of your life is just you skip forward a year in time.
Just gone.
Okay. I'd have to say jail.
Yeah, same.
Because you still get even though you're restrained to the, even though,
All right, we're filming a podcast. All right, we're good.
okay, back to what I was saying. So
Shut
even though
up,
you're,
Mom.
even though you're restrained to the jail, you still like know what is happening in the outside world.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
Some jails I've heard are actually kind of like bougie, almost.
A little bit.
Like if you can sit and watch
not
TV.
amazing, but yeah.
I mean, if you can sit and watch TV, and I'm sure they have food that's like somewhere near school food.
Some are
Because,
going to be
like,
better, some are going to be worse, but
yeah,
yeah.
honestly. There's definitely like prisons that get better food than
Some
Well,
schools,
schools.
bro. Oh, man. School food.
Funyuns.
Yeah.
Oh
Unless
my
you're like
gosh.
one of those lucky schools, like some cities that get like
Oh, yeah.
Hy-Vee as their food provider. If you're one of those people, stop watching.
Screw you. Stop watching.
Stop
the
watching.
podcast.
Just get
out.
leave.
You guys are spoiled.
No, but if you're one of those people, you're really lucky because the rest of us are getting that like
Like burnt bread, like 1%, no, like 0.2% milk. Like it's basically water.
no, but not even that. We're getting exactly what the movies show as school food.
Oh yeah.
That is like identical, like whatever like sad fantasy world
Yeah.
they've created. That is what actual school food is
Yeah.
for us. So, actually, that pizza though we had on Friday.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that did kind of slap.
Every once in a while.
We
those
get
ti-
one like really good thing, but then like sometimes like we'll get a potato or something like that, and it's just like not cooked very well.
Or like literally a piece. Sometimes we'll get like these things that they call Italian dunkers. That's hot dog buns, a little like pitiful cheese. That's like a
the,
light
the guy that
dusting.
does the salt thing, like
Yeah,
that's
that
the
goes-
amount of cheese on each
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, like
And that
a
is-
solid like 4 little like
Strands.
strands of cheese, and then they're like toasted so much they're like borderline burnt, and like you can hit it like on the counter and it will not break at all.
Or
It will not budge.
it's so undercooked
It'll break the table.
that like you could just grab each piece of cheese off of it. There's no really in between with it. It's kind of
Yeah.
a weird, and that's your main course, not even like a
Oh, yeah.
meat or something like
And
that
then
to
they
go
give
with
you
it.
some like marinara sauce, but I mean like you can't really screw up marinara sauce when it just comes in a jar. So
So, yeah.
whatever.
You got another one by chance?
Would you rather give up all drinks except for water, or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven? Did we talk about this?
I don't think so. Okay,
don't think
say
so.
it again for a moment.
Would you rather give up all drinks except for water,
Mhm.
or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven?
At first I was going to say, oven, totally, but then like no frozen pizza.
Yeah.
But I guess my microwave, I can cook it in my microwave. My microwave's like a special microwave.
Oh yeah.
I got like a bougie microwave, not
if
gonna
you
lie.
can include microwaves, definitely the
the
oven thing, because like I feel like you could get a lot.
You can
like
get
you
a
could get
lot
by
of
with everything with like air fryers.
Yeah, there's so much other
ma-
stuff now that
Yeah, for sure. That
100% the oven one, yeah.
then.
Okay, this is just a dumb question. So, 2 questions, right? Do you believe in vampires? If so, why would they only work for Hollywood?
No, they. I don't.
Yeah,
no.
nor do
Vampires
I,
do not
but
exist.
I don't know, like I said, it's like just
Yes,
really
why would they only
dumb.
work for Hollywood? I don't know. You'd have to ask some people from like our school that are weird into vampires, I guess.
Or just like people from California.
Yeah.
Who are just dumb.
Yeah.
Stereotype of
say so.
California, you're all dumb. Very dumb. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Keep your
Oh.
paper straws, jerks.
So if if bread, like sliced bread, comes in like a square ish, why is like all of the pre-packaged meat, like lunch meat, round? Because I've always hated the corners. because there's nothing to it besides maybe a little chunk
I'd
of
say-
cheese, like a little sliver.
I'd say they're just like saving a little bit of meat every time, so like it just makes them more money. I'd have to say.
I'd have to say, however, they're making it is in a tube, and it just
Yeah.
gets cut off
Yeah.
the tube.
Yeah, I mean that could also be like a square. The tube could be like a square thing, but I mean,
But I'd say
I
just
think if you make it
how
round,
yeah, it's probably
you're
easier.
saving some, and in the long run, it'll actually be quite a bit.
Probably.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird, because like the cheese comes in squares,
Mm-hmm.
so why wouldn't the meat come in squares? That's kind of odd. All right, I'll go with some that people asked us on the Snapchat.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 people that asked us this question, so we'll kind of just merge them into one. It's like, what inspired you guys to make a podcast? You answer?
Well, I feel like we both have similar reasons, but also kind of different reasons too. I've always really been into like YouTube and whatever sort of video app there is, like TikToks and stuff like that. But never knew how to get into it or what to do. And so we were just talking one day, and it's like, I think I said, man, I always really wanted to start a podcast. And you were like, wait, really? Me too. And
Yeah.
then from there, it just kind of happened.
And then I invited them out to my house, and we started brainstorming. And I
Mhm.
mean, we're just sitting in the chairs in my living room, and
We're
just
trying to figure out what,
brainstorming
a
names.
name. Not even what it was going to be about, just a name to begin with. And we came up with we
Yeah.
tossed a few ones around and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then we came up with the NEthing Podcast, which opened up the door because, like, right now, we're kind of focusing on more comedy stuff in this episode and some of the other episodes. But we can talk about whatever with
Yeah.
that as our title and kind of our whole thing. So,
And if you didn't know, I don't know if we explained it in the other podcast, but and if you're just a new listener, the NEthing Podcast, the NE just stands for Nebraska, the abbreviation. So
we thought that was
Yeah.
also kind of cool.
we're from
because-
Nebraska.
From
and-
Nebraska, so.
And we just wanted two Nebraska kids that just wanted to start a podcast and talk about anything, because they were just interested in a lot.
Because I feel like no matter what the podcast would be about, like even if we decided it's going to be about just this or just that, it would end up still being very similar to this podcast, because when we talk, we end up down random rabbit holes of conversations. So, yeah.
All right, so next question. What are you doing after high school?
I'm planning on going to college. I don't know what for. I've been talking with different people, like guidance counselors and stuff like that, trying to figure out where I should, like, kind of what path I should go into. But I don't know. I've looked at a couple different colleges, found one that I think is kind of cool, but I haven't seen enough to really say, like, yep, that's the one I want to go to. Then also it just depends on what program I go into. I'd rather find one that's like kind of better for the program.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. There's just a college in South Dakota that I'm looking at, and there's just some. I'm just looking at some certificates to get there. I'm not looking at spending a lot of time out of college. Probably like max 4 years. But I'm aiming more for like a 2-year thing, and just pursue my dreams, I guess.
Yeah.
Not worrying too much about money, just enjoying my job and start working early instead of like being cooped up in a college for 6 years. Just not my thing.
Yeah. Kind of back to that first question we asked there. What is one big thing that inspired you to not even just have a podcast, but like start making content online in general?
I guess we kind of talked about it in the last podcast. I just like looking back on like memories. So like, just like I said, like if we go out on a fishing trip, you can kind of like remember some important things that went on, but Or like
the majority of it's lost to time.
Yeah, exactly. So you look back on those videos and
it's
kind of funny.
Yeah,
and you remember the times you have with your friends.
It's good. Good one. I would have to say for me, it would be I've just grown up watching YouTube and have always been like inspired by them, by the YouTubers I've watched. And so because of that, I've just always had a dream to leave a mark on this world through some sort of online thing.
And I just want to make people laugh, honestly. Like, that's just one of my favorite things to do. Probably one of your favorite things to do, too.
I think you just kind of... Sometimes I'm not trying to, and I make people laugh, and it's like, yeah, sweet.
You say something stupid.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, Hayden Larrabee.
Yes. We're calling him out. Not as a shout-out, but because he's dumb.
I don't know what he means by this, but he says, "Are you guys goated with the sauce?"
So I'd like, please, if you understand this, which we're probably just dumb,
I guess.
Comment or tweet or
roast.
DM us what you think it means, and we might get some words from
this.
We might get some words from Hayden and figure out what it actually means.
Maybe get him on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe get him on the podcast to explain. But I want to know what you guys think it is, and because I think that could be kind of funny.
Yeah, we're kind of confused.
Yeah, we're a little confused. Just a little confused.
All right.
Yes, no one else has sent me anything. One person, thank you.
Would you rather have to wear a tuxedo shirt every day for a month, or have to wear a tutu every day for a month?
Tuxedo.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like, it's kind of stink to work to school and stuff, but
it would definitely get uncomfortable. But I think
you look kind of
you get made fun of less. I think if you wore a tuxedo, and you could just say something. About
I feel like I want to just look nice.
Yeah.
I just feel like looking nice today, for a straight month.
Yeah, but with a tutu, I just don't know.
I don't know. Now, do we have to practice though in it?
Practice.
Because if you have to practice in it, the tutu would
basketball practice.
The tutu would at least let you move your legs and your arms.
Yeah. Bad swash.
Instead of straight up just ripping it, trying to catch the ball or something. Yeah, we'll just pretend that part isn't included and just pretend it's just like the normal day things, not like athletics.
Would you rather date a girl who won't stop talking, or date a girl who won't stop texting?
Talking.
Why do you say that?
Because I really enjoy talking. Emphasis on the reason why we have this podcast. I really like talking to people, and I've always I'd say I'm kind of behind with social media and stuff compared to a lot of people. I just have a hard time carrying on conversations through texting. But as you know, I can really easily carry on a conversation just talking to people. And so if there's a girl that wanted to just talk to me in person constantly, or even over the phone, I feel like I would be able to connect and carry on the conversation a lot better than texting. I try to talk to people through texting, but I really struggle at it, as some of you may know. I'm not even very good at just responding sometimes. So, how about you?
I don't think I'm that bad at either. I wouldn't say I'm great at both of them, but I feel like if you did the texting one, well, I don't know. If you did the talking one, you could kind of get away from them and just only text them. But if you did the texting one, you could just set your phone down and just not pay attention. But then would you really be dating them?
Exactly. True.
I don't know.
I feel like the talking one, you can still have some separation from them.
Yeah.
To a point. You can still have that one night where you're just just chilling, playing Xbox or something like that. Where it's texting, you're constantly going to be getting da-ding, da-ding, da-ding,
Yeah.
da-ding, and it's just going to get really annoying. So, I'd have to go with the talking part.
All right. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home or an RV as your home? There's only one right question.
One right answer, you mean?
Yep, answer. I'm kind of slow in the head sometimes.
Okay. That's a difficult one for me. Because
There's only one right
question. So, I'm going to look at this from two perspectives. Actually, like three. So, for the RV, you are stuck on the Americas.
Yeah.
So, you're stuck in either Canada, the U.S., Mexico. I'm not going to name all the, 100 Latin America and South America countries, but you're just stuck in that area. Whereas with a sailboat, you're kind of going to be stuck to the coast, I'd say, or the ocean mainly, because it's kind of hard to get inland, depending on the size of the sailboat too, to get inland into it. So you'd at least be able to see a lot of the coastal cities, which are a lot of the bigger areas too.
Yeah.
And you could go to some colder places and you could go to some warm places, and you'd be able to see the whole world from a coastal perspective, at least. So I'd probably say sailboat. I know that's what my dad would say. That's kind of his dream. It's always been his dream.
Yeah, I'd say
so.
sailboat and RV, they're both top of the line, most expensive, the best out there.
I feel like the RV would probably be, in my personal opinion, the better one to live on.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
thinking.
I just feel like you'd experience more with the sailboat.
Yeah, if I had a friend or a girlfriend,
Yeah, as long
to
as there's other
take
people.
on the sailboat, or I guess even the RV. Just, yeah. I'm not going alone.
No, definitely not.
I'm not going alone.
I'm down to go adventure places and see the world.
Yeah.
Even by myself, but it's always better with a friend.
Exactly.
So. Let's see. All right. Quick little detour from the questions. Pull up Spotify real quick. I don't know if you found any new songs recently, or if there's any songs specifically you've been listening to a lot or anything. But I would like to talk about
Yeah, I definitely have a song.
Light Switch by Charlie Puth. Because that is a song that I've been waiting for since August, I think, is when he started making it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited for it. It's pretty good. Honestly, I feel like I got my expectations up a little higher.
I thought the song was going to be a little bit
Different.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was going to be different. The TikToks made it sound like it was going to be a little bit more upbeat.
Uh-huh.
I'd say.
And it definitely changed. My expectations were definitely not the same with what it ended up being. Not a bad thing. At the beginning, I kind of disliked it, but now I've listened to it a couple more times with more of an open mind and I actually really like it. And it's I have it in my playlist and I've listened to it quite a bit recently. So that song, honestly, really good. If you haven't heard it somehow, because it's one of the top ones on Spotify at the moment, go watch it or listen to me.
Yeah. I'd say my number one song right now, or just song that I think deserves more hype, would be I Hope You're Happy by Games We Play. I saw one of his TikToks on TikTok. I was just scrolling on my For You page. And he doesn't have a lot of money, I guess. And he used his girlfriend's money to, I think, make an album.
Oh, really?
And one of his songs, which is I Hope You're Happy, it slaps. It's a very good song. I think everyone needs to listen to it. So he's just kind of trying to prove to his girlfriend that the other people like the song, and I think it's gone pretty well because last time I checked, the video definitely had over 1 million. I'm pretty sure it's had 2 million likes.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
It's always sweet to see people blow up
Yeah,
like that.
to be able to
deserve it.
be successful. And then also Serotonin by
Oh yeah.
Nick D. Also another great podcast by those guys. FRDI?
FRDI. I think it stands for
Friday.
or Friday. Yeah. Because
Friday?
I think
probably?
it's Friday, but
I've also
in the intro, he's like, "You ready, Freddy?"
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. They're both like
Really funny
definitely
guys.
like funniest. I'd say funniest podcast out there. Like
Really good one.
yeah.
So, once you're done listening
Dream
to this
is to
one,
collab.
once you're done listening to this one, maybe go check them out. They're pretty good.
Yep. Not as good as us, obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But
what is it?
Yeah, that's the question that I want to talk about. That's the one.
Ask it then.
So we like a weird. We're still recording. I've been watching it. We're at 38 minutes, I think. So we kind of need we're gonna have a stopping point real quick.
Yeah.
Because we have to dump some of the footage off and then start back up again.
Because we lost one of our SD cards.
And it's the big one we lost too.
Yep.
So that's fun. Okay. So the question: does it make any sense to sterilize the lethal injection?
No.
No, not at all.
Unless some like germ will affect
How it
like
reacts to the person.
Yeah, how the like a chemical reaction happens to where it's not lethal anymore.
Or it just like causes them more pain or
like,
something like
oops,
that.
I accidentally dipped it into some COVID-19 serum. No.
That's not going to do anything to them. Like, no, it wouldn't make any sense to sterilize it.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a weird one. Ow, that's gonna
hurt.
That's gonna be fun to try and mute in the audio. Thanks for making my life harder.
How? Why am I shit hard?
Let's see. I don't know what else should we talk about. I'm kind of at a loss. No, don't start playing songs. Thank you. Oh, actually, songs again. One more thing for songs. Looking back into the 2010s-ish era of music, what is like your top 3, or what are just like 3 songs from that time period that you really enjoy? I'll go first.
Yes, please do.
So, one of my favorites, all-time favorites, is Good Time.
Yeah.
By Owl City, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
By Owl City. Super great. Most of you have probably heard it. It's a song that I remember a lot from my childhood. So that one, for sure. Another one would probably be Pompeii by Bastille.
By Bastille or something, whatever it is.
Yeah, however you say that. That's also just a really good one. And then number 3 would probably have to be We Are Young. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. There's some other ones that we could probably talk about in another podcast or maybe later on this one, but those are ones that I think just deserve a lot of credit for being really good songs at the time.
Yeah.
How about you? Any that you can think of at the moment?
I'd have to say, yeah, We Are Young. Payphone.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
About anything by
There's one other one that
Fun, the band Fun.
is just amazing.
Just slaps.
Yeah.
In general.
Like Some Nights, all of those. So good songs. There's one song.
There's definitely some other. Last Friday Night, Katy Perry.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. About Anything by Katy Perry kind of slapped then. Bruno Mars was kicking it then.
I'm going to say another one. Replay by Ayaz or...
Yep.
Ayaz?
Ayaz.
Replay. What a great song. So there's actually kind of like a story behind this song. So I was lucky enough as a child to be able to go on some vacations to some different places. Mm-hmm. And this was quite a while ago, back to a point where like my dad had gotten one of his first ever smartphones. And he downloaded a bunch of songs. But this specific model of phone had a bug where all of the album covers for the songs were mixed up for the song. So this song specifically, I always remember as the Lemon song, which is super confusing, makes absolutely no sense, but there was some other song that album cover had a lemon on it.
Yeah.
But that was for this song in this with his phone. And so even though it has nothing to do with lemons, I have no idea what the original song with that album cover is. That's just how I always remember this song, which really screws with me when I'm trying to remember the name of the song.
So on vacations.
Yeah, on flights, I remember just having my dad's phone, plugging in earbuds, and listening to this song on repeat for like 2 hours straight. This was the one song I really liked, and so I'd listen to it for like honestly 2 hours straight. Another really good song by him is what is it called? For some reason I have your internet. For some reason I'm not like connected to it. Connected without internet.
Yeah, mine's kind of being weird.
Did your internet like crash or something?
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't have the internet to remember what it's called. Oh, Solo by him. I really like that song too. That's one that not a lot of people like in our grade and stuff knew. We're at 43 minutes, so we might need to wrap this up here. It's not a lot of people in my grade that knew, but that was one that I remember finding and really liking. Okay, so we're gonna actually pause kind of here for you guys. It's not gonna be anything, but I have to get it sent over to off the SD card onto my laptop and then continue it here. Or do you just want to end it right now? Is there anything else we really want to talk about specifically?
I'm not sure. How much time do we have left?
Like
44 minutes. All right, let's just start plugging stuff.
All right. Well, no, all of the stuff will be in the description of the videos and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
our own socials and the podcast ones. So, everything like that, you can listen to us on both YouTube and Spotify.
And we'll just update you through Twitter and Instagram stories.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. I think that's all we needed to talk about. Hopefully we're gonna be uploading on Saturdays. That's our goal is Saturdays is when we're gonna record.
Yep. So see ya. Thanks for watching. Adios.
Have a good night or whatever. Bye.